Hola, buenos noches, and good evening. This is your weekly news report, and I'm your host, Pedro. The husband of an American woman who was reportedly swept out to sea in the Bahamas has left the country. Brian Hooker left because his mom is very ill, but he plans on returning to the islands, attorney Terrell Butler said Wednesday. His attorney said Hooker left on a commercial flight but would not disclose his destination. Butler said the police have been informed. The Royal Bahamas Police Force did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Wednesday. Officials are still searching for Hooker's wife, Lynette Hooker, after she vanished on the evening of April 4th. He told police that she fell off their dinghy boat into the water while they were traveling from Hopetown to Elbow Cay, according to police. Brian Hooker, 58, was taken into custody last week and was released on Monday night. He said hours after his release that he would never harm his wife. Now here's Rafa with our next top story.
The Republican-controlled House voted Thursday to reject a resolution ordering the president to end the war with Iran. The vote was 213 to 214, almost entirely along party lines, as Republicans overwhelmingly stick with the president, refusing to slap guardrails on his military campaign. The measure, proposed by a Democrat from New York, directs the president to remove United States armed forces from hostilities against Iran, with exceptions for extreme cases under the War Powers Resolution, unless explicitly authorized by Congress. The vote comes as recent national polls show the public does not support the war. The House vote Thursday came one day after the Senate voted 52 to 47 to reject a similar measure, with nearly every Republican voting to allow the president to continue his military campaign in Iran without restraints, and all but one Democrat voting to end it. Now we send it back to Pedro.
The price of oil plunged sharply, and two U.S. stock indexes hit all-time highs Friday after Iran's foreign minister said the Strait of Hormuz was open for commercial vessels. U.S. crude oil plunged 11.4% to $83.85 per barrel, its lowest level since March 10th, while international Brent crude slid 9% to $90.38 per barrel. Friday was the second-largest one-day drop since the war began for both U.S. and Brent crude oil. GasBuddy analyst Patrick DeHaan wrote on X that the shift in oil prices could quickly translate to lower gas prices. This could accelerate sending fuel prices lower starting this weekend, with the national average likely falling below $4 gal to perhaps $3.65 to $3.85. As of Friday afternoon, the average price per gallon was $4.09, according to WAODA, and has been declining a few cents each day this week. Oil prices remain elevated, however, even given Friday's drop. Since the start of the war, the price of U.S. crude oil is up 25%, and it's up more than 45% since the start of the year.
A trail of damaged homes and buildings dotted a wide swath of the U.S. on Saturday after a burst of destructive winds and reported tornadoes tore off roofs, uprooted trees, and rendered rural roads impassable with debris. No deaths were reported following Friday's storms that barreled through the upper Midwest and delivered the latest round of severe weather to batter the region. Officials braced residents for a long recovery in some rural communities. In central Wisconsin, a reported tornado that tore through the cities of Kronenwetter and Ringel left behind damaged homes and some residents briefly trapped in their basements. Ringel Fire Chief Chris Kielman told reporters. In Olmsted County, Minnesota, sheriff's officials said tornadoes caused multiple levels of damage. At least 30 homes were damaged in Marion Township, with a number of those sustaining damage that was described as significant. Officials went door to door in the community to check on residents. Now here's Ariana with a look at your forecast for the week ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm your chief meteorologist, Ariana, with a look at your forecast for the week ahead. Thunderstorms will continue Sunday from the upper Ohio Valley, where severe storms are possible down to the southern plains. A drastic cool-down is on the way across the central to eastern U.S. in the coming days. Much cooler temperatures are ahead for the Midwest and northern plains, with temperatures dropping as low as the mid-30s. An active spring weather pattern will persist as an upper level low will swing across Northern California and the Pacific Northwest region before heading eastward into the northern plains. This system will bring strong winds and widespread precipitation, including the potential for moderate to heavy rain and mountain snow. The Pacific system and amplified trough will move across the Intermountain West midweek and move into the plains later in the week, bringing moderate rain and heavy mountain snow across portions of the central and northern Rockies. Meanwhile, it will remain mainly dry for the southwestern deserts region the entire week, while a cold front dips into the southeast by the weekend. Now, here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the Phoenix, Arizona area. We'll see daytime temperatures on the warm side to start the week, with highs in the low 90s for the first half the week. Daytime highs will come down by about 10 degrees around midweek, with highs for the second part of the week in the low 80s, with sunny skies for most of the week. Low temperatures will be very pleasant, with overnight lows in the low to mid 60s for the entire week. Now we send it back to Pedro.
That will do it for this week's weekly news report. As always, thank you for watching and have a great week. Como siempre, gracias por ver el video y que tengáis una buena semana.